scary, right? To invest in a place you haven't really lived, right? But like, what
Right.
can you tell people about just investing? If somebody said, "Hey, Rod, Jackie, you guys invested in Liberia. What were your thought patterns? Like, is this something that like I could think about? Like, what could you say to them?"
Well, basically, I can say to them, to me, everything is cost effective, you know, um, versus here in the States. Here in the States, there are things you can invest in, but you got to pay a whole lot of money to to invest.
Right.
There, it's cost effective. Uh, I want to be able to leave a legacy.
Right.
And the truth is that when you invest in the land here, all the land has been taken up, you know, and as you know, because of racism in the past,
Right.
we
Right.
wasn't able to buy into the land. So
Mhm.
if you buy any lakefront property or beachfront property in the past, it would probably cost you 500 an acre, 1,000 an acre. Now it's costing you close to 500,000 for a plot or a
Absolutely.
million for an acre. So we wasn't able to get into that back then. Now we're able to.
Right.
I don't have $1 million to invest on beachfront property for you know, and it's gorgeous land,
Yeah.
but there we can get in on it and and get that property and basically invest, and then maybe 10, 20 years from now, our children can be on $1 million properties, because we believe that Africa is the last frontier. And
Yes.
actually, it's the first frontier and
First
the
and last.
last frontier economically.
Okay. Okay. Hello, my favorite YouTube people of this world. It's your favorite high cheekbone sister, Zawadiem. I am back with Roderick and his wife Jackie, but they are the best people to introduce themselves, and we have a lot to talk about today. So the floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Coleman.
And I'm Roderick Coleman.
Nice to have you guys. We recently did an interview prior to your trip to Liberia, and so this is like a follow through, I would say, right? So, welcome back to the States, you guys. How was your trip?
It was nice. I really enjoyed it. The weather was warm. It was nice. Versus coming back here. It was cold. It was
Yeah,
cold.
that's I've heard. I've heard it's many snowtown, like Jackie said. Yeah, Jackie, how
Yeah,
was your trip?
it was wonderful. The people were the people at the hotel, they were very nice, hospitable, I would
Yes,
say.
hospitable.
Um, and the staff that you had working with us, I adopted them. as my sons.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So they were really, really good staff to be working with. Opportunity to meet, another individual who's coming over, Latasha. That was wonderful. And then
Nice.
also, we went to a couple of sites, to visit and what have you. And also, actually, like we were saying before, we went putting our boots on the ground.
Okay.
Got the opportunity to do that and love the land. Yeah, just
That's
loved
good. That's good. That's
it.
good. Okay, so prior to heading to Liberia, right? Okay, so you
Mhm.
guys, let me give you guys a little bit of background. So Roderick and his wife, they
Mhm.
travel over, the world, I would say, and this recent time they went to Liberia. So, um, prior to getting to Liberia recently, like what were you thinking? Like, what can you walk us through that? Like your thoughts prior to going? Did you know anything about Liberia?
Well, we knew a lot about Liberia.
Mm.
We studied, we read up on it. You know, we have a lot of Liberian friends that told us about Liberia. It depends on the age bracket of what they told us.
Right,
Uh,
right,
the older ones told us something different than the middle-aged ones, and the middle-aged ones told us something different from the younger one. They all got their
right.
point of view about Liberia, and basically,
Hmm.
I would say the ones in the middle basically got it right.
Okay.
So
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, 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 nice. Jackie, the same thing for you as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I know one individual that I was talking to, she left right before the war and she's a senior. And so her
Okay.
story, to be honest, the stories that she was telling me had me feeling a little anxious, about
Okay.
going.
Hmm.
But my experience was totally different from what she was describing. So I was,
Okay.
I'm glad that, I didn't totally listen to what was being said,
Right.
but yeah, and then there was other individuals who were saying, "Oh no, you just like anywhere else, wrong place, wrong time, or what have you." So yeah, it was a totally different experience from what the senior was describing. So
Okay,
that was
that's
her
good.
experience during that time, So of
Right,
course,
right, right.
she hasn't been back, so she's still, probably kind of going off of her experience before she left. So. Mhm.
Absolutely. My mom, she does have her own experience. And then recently when
Mhm.
she went back to Liberia, she was like, oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
Yes, it's not like what she thought. So everybody, of course, do have their own different experiences. And so
Yeah.
it's always nice to see for yourself and
Yeah.
formulate your own opinion based on your own searches or being present. So anyway, you get to Liberia, okay, the
Yeah.
first day. What do you think? What do you think about the people? Just what do you think overall?
Yeah. Yeah.
well, I think overall it's a very nice place to be. The people are, like she said, hospitable. I think that it was, the roads were, you know, wasn't the main roads was okay. The
Mm-hmm.
roads wasn't as bad as I thought they would be, you know.
Okay.
And I basically my first day there was nice. Um, we met some people. We got uh, we got acquainted with the hotel staff, the African
Finally.
hotel staff, you know, and we rode around, we walked around, you know, and people were saying hi, they were being courteous to
Okay.
us, and it was very very nice.
That's good. That's wonderful, Jackie. I know I called you. I kept calling Jackie. Are you okay? Is everything okay? How was your experience? Like, what's the first day you got there? You're like, oh, okay, I've been here before, but what were you thinking when you first got there?
um, when we first got there, well, I know I was pretty tired, from the
Right.
flight and stuff. And then we got the key, we went up and got settled in. And with all honesty, I'm kind of like, I kind of grew up like suburban versus
Right.
what city?
City.
City.
City,
Yeah.
yeah. And so where the hotel was located, it was kind of like really, really busy, right when you
Right,
walk
right,
out the
right.
door, it was the busyness and stuff. So the first day or two, it took me a second to adjust to that. Those first two
Yeah.
days, I was adjusting to, the busyness and, the constant, traffic going,
Movement.
what have you. Yeah. And then once, I think it was the second day that we actually went out and walked, through the community that we were in, then I was kind of like, oh, okay. I started connecting more, Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was the biggest, the busyness of it at first. And then after going out, and then it was just, I noticed that certain days was busier than others. So
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right,
And
right, right.
one thing I wanted to mention, like on Sunday, I had
Hmm.
woke up to um, the singing and the praying, and that's all I heard, throughout the
Yep.
area that we were in. And I was like, oh, I need to put on my dress and go to church. Where's the church? Yeah. And I thought that was wonderful. I was like, wow, it almost sounded like the whole city was praying. And I was like,
Right,
I
right,
like
right.
this. And I woke up and I'm like, hey, 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 listen, listen. Yeah, so
Listen
I
to
really
them, the
enjoyed
singing.
that. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. That's
Mm,
good. You had a first nice experience. And of course, I was
mm.
just like calling you guys. I was calling her all the time, like, hey, Jackie, is everything okay? I just want to make sure you're
Yeah,
comfortable. Da, 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 da. And
yeah,
then, obviously, they got more comfortable being there. And that's
yeah.
good. So then you go to your properties.
Uh-huh.
What was your immediate thought when you got to your properties?
Well, my immediate thoughts was, it was the Charlesville was like I thought it would be. We had
Okay.
put the fence there when we got there. You know, we saw what we could do and what we were planning on doing. And with the
Mm-hmm.
Charlesville, we noticed that, that's probably going to be the third project that we would work on
Okay.
versus the farmland and the
The beach.
ocean view. You know,
Okay.
so because of where Charlesville is located and
Mm-hmm.
getting to it would be me and Jacqueline is on different opinions. She thinks it's really easy to get to. I,
I think so too.
you know,
Yeah.
Anyway.
so
I was as Lindrick and Amos was driving, I was really paying, I was kind of like really focusing in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know the route to, kind of
Oh,
like,
very nice.
yeah, I think I could, kind of figure it out. Yeah.
mhm.
Might have to ask a question here or there, but yeah, because Landrick was like, oh, you remember this? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy to get to be honest,
Yeah.
like a straight path and then
Right,
left. Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just have to
Quite
know
a
where to turn, and
Yep.
what have you.
Hmm.
So, mm,
Mhm.
Okay,
But
okay.
we are very satisfied with the
okay,
land that we bought and the locations. It just was a matter of what we wanted to do first, and we kind of
Right.
figured out what we want to do first. It's just a matter of making the decision when to do it. You
Right,
know,
right, right, right.
and I know our plans is real soon. You know,
Okay.
so
That's excellent.
mhm,
because there are things that I want to do and accomplish before next February, and
Okay.
I personally want to be done with a lot of it. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
because I'm a person that once I set my mind to doing
Hmm.
it,
You're
I'm
gonna
going to
get it
do it.
done.
I have all
Yeah.
the resources to do it. I won't make a move unless I have all that I need to do it. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, I was gonna say I was most impressed with the would it be Bureauville
yes.
Royalville, the beach.
location? Yeah, with the yeah, because you already know I love nature and I
Yep.
love being around water and stuff. So when we went there, I was kind of like, okay, okay. And then when we got out and started, and then when we walk up there, I was like, yes, okay, I
This
could
is
see
it.
myself walking, the sand and relaxing and yeah. So
That's nice. Yeah, a lot of people tend to like that beach spot. Like, yeah, this is my favorite. It's my favorite. It's by the ocean,
yeah,
because in the States, so like own a beach property is
right,
an arm and a leg. I'm telling you.
right,
Mhm.
So
right.
Yeah, we were talking to someone today, and they said, "Well, how much was it?" And we gave them the price, and they almost fell out. They were like, "What?" You know,
Yeah,
I
and
know.
because they know how much it would cost here.
yeah,
You
Right,
know,
right,
and like I said, now here, and like I told him, I said, I don't like the word cheap at
right,
all. Liberia is not cheap. It's
right.
affordable, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
cheap. I don't
Right,
like that word.
exactly.
You
Right,
know,
exactly,
because when you
exactly.
say cheap, you not only are you cheapening the country, you're cheapening the people, and
Right,
it's
right.
affordable. You
Right,
know,
it is affordable, like you said. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of those places, yeah, they're there, they're nice, but we need development there. So, what
yes.
if people want to develop? Why would you want to keep it for years just sitting
mm,
there? That's
Hmm.
how
mm,
I think.
mm,
And so, having you guys around and others to help develop the area, I'm really excited about it too because I have my space next to you guys and I want to be next to
right.
a nice neighbor, nice
Mm,
house. I can sit on
yeah.
my patio and drink my tea and relax, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm really
But
excited.
I think that what needs to happen is that uh, in order to bring Liberia back to its past glory, the word has to get out there,
Yeah.
saying how nice Liberia is and how the people are, and that the stereotypes out there doesn't exist,
Right.
because
Right.
there are a lot of stereotypes out
That's
there,
true.
because you have people to think that anytime you step in Africa, there's going to be a bunch of wars and
Yep.
warlords are going to be coming up, and that's further from the truth. And you
Right.
have people like myself and Jacqueline, who is from America. When we go there, we can say, "Oh no, that's not true," because when I got back from the vacation, you know, first thing some of the employees said to me was, "So, did you go see the lions?" I said, "Dude, no lions out there, man."
Right. You didn't
You
even
know,
see lions.
you know and they don't mean it in a bad way. It's
Right.
just that what they were taught, they remember the Discovery Channel Africa,
Right. Right. Right.
you
Right.
know
Right.
so and I think it's our responsibility to get the word out, and that's what
Absolutely.
I kind of dedicate my channel to, is to let people know, I've been there, I've seen it. It's not like what you think. It's
Right.
not like people around the corner want to stick a gun in your face and rob you. you know I've
Right.
lived in neighborhoods that would do that,
Right. Right.
here.
Right. Right.
you
Right.
know so
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
crazy.
yeah. And I just wanted to add, I did talk to some other young people while we were there, in
Okay.
Liberia. And, there was this, a couple of them had that mindset of wanting to come to America, wanted to, go abroad and stuff. And my message to them was, you know, you're in a beautiful country,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
going abroad isn't as great as some people may think it is.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
might have the cars, you might have the house and stuff, but you're going to work your life away to get those things. You
Mhm.
know,
Absolutely.
it doesn't come easy. You're working 8, some people 10 hours a day, you
Mhm.
know,
12.
to 12, yeah, to get the things that they have. And then
Mhm.
even after you accumulate the things, one of the things I've always told my kids, anyways, you could accumulate all types of stuff, but one thing about it is when we leave here, we can't take any of it with us. So why
Absolutely.
not live a what would I say, as stress-free life as possible.
Right.
I always say a little is better than a lot.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
yeah.
That's a very good
And they see
message.
this abundance here, but not with the understanding of what it takes to get that abundance,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was
a lot.
encouraging a lot of the young people to, think about building at home. Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of people back there are just on the continent period have
Mm.
this perception of America, because that's America have sold that idea that we are
Yeah.
everything. We can offer you this, we can offer you money, we can offer you this and that. But then there's this peace of mind that
Right.
nobody talks about. And
Right.
so, yeah, coming to the US has a lot of opportunities, but then again, some people just work their lives away,
Right.
they don't live a day of happiness. And
Yeah.
so I think there's there's some level of ambiguity when it comes to that, because people back home wants to have a lot of opportunities. And I
Mhm.
also believe that if people have work and a
Mhm.
decent place to stay, the idea of wanting to come to America may just be minimized a bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if people are not working, then they think, okay, let me go to America, I can work. And then when they come, they're so stressed out, they look so old, they look so
Mm.
tired,
Mm.
because America
Right.
doesn't tell you all the things that you're gonna face when you
Right.
come. Do you understand?
Right.
And so that's one of the issues there too. But anyway, I'm really excited that you guys are have picked Liberia, and we
Mm.
do need to spread out more awareness for Liberia, because I see a
Mhm.
lot of people are going home, and just some level of disconnect when it comes to that. And we have to tell people about Liberia and the
Right.
beauty it has to offer. That's what I kept telling you, Jackie. Go to the beach. There are so many beaches over
Yeah.
there. You can go
Yeah.
there. And anyway, so
Mhm.
you get there. What was your favorite? Did you eat any Liberian food?
Um, I really wanted to try the potato leaf
Yes.
and the rice, but nobody was making it. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, but we had the
Pepper soup,
pepper soup
which was
several
good.
times. So that was pretty
Okay,
good.
so you
Yeah.
like that?
Yes, I did. I
That's
did.
good.
And then we had another, was it the snapper and rice or another fish dish
Fish.
with rice? I basically did almost vegan and then some fish while I was
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
that was another story that I wanted to tell too. Um, like I have a medical condition. Um,
Okay.
well, I'll just share it. I guess I could share. I'm diabetic, right?
Okay.
Or
Okay.
was, I should say was. But
Okay.
this is something I've been working on. It's always been controlled and what have you. The 2.5 weeks that we were there in Liberia, usually I might take the medication, a pill in the morning and 2 pills in the evening. The 2 weeks that we were there, I took 2 pills total.
Wow. So what do you think
Two
made a
pills
difference? Like what happened?
for food.
Yeah, it's very, very fresh. Very
Yeah,
fresh,
it was
very
the
fresh.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, wow. And then I would check, and I'm like, oh, I'm low. And it wasn't like I was eating.
Right, 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 right,
Yeah.
right.
And so I was like, wow, all the
Absolutely.
preservatives and, all the other toxins that go into our food. And yeah, it was just amazing. So that's one of the things that another journey or another goal that I have, when we do start the farm is maybe start doing some juicing and some
Mm-hmm.
organic type, that type of stuff and pushing that,
Yeah.
because a
Yep.
lot of times when countries become more westernized, I think some of those sicknesses also come with it, the diabetes, heart disease, and different things like that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that was amazing. And I'm still kind of like where I was at when we were there, not taking the
Mm-hmm.
medication.
Right,
So
Mhm.
yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, similarly, my grandmother did not have diabetes prior to coming to the States. And then
See.
she moved out here, and now she's diabetic. Whenever she goes back to Africa, her blood pressure
Mhm.
sugar drops. I'm like,
Right.
okay, so we already know what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
And I was thinking maybe the sun, because we're like fish out of the ocean
mhm,
because we were meant to be in that sun, getting that vitamin D, in
mhm,
our
mhm,
system and stuff and being away from that. So I
mhm,
said maybe that contributed as well, but I'm
right.
thinking it was really the food.
Really,
Yeah.
really, because it's so organic, and nothing
Right.
is really preserved, or having to put stuff in cans and all that. It's just
Right.
so fresh.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
excited too, because I know Roderick, at your
Mhm.
Charlesville area, you want to have like something like a farmer's market, like a market type of thing. That would
Mhm.
yeah.
be good. That would be really good. That's a really good
Yeah.
Mhm.
spot to do that.
Well, when I was there, I was on a seafood diet.
Oh, nice.
I saw it and I ate it.
It is.
He has a lot of fish. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's really cool. That's really cool. Anyway, what really surprised you?
Mm,
What surprised me? I think that what surprised me was how being the dry season, how the vegetation plants were still green.
Okay, okay.
Because here in Minnesota, during the summer, everything starts to go brown because we don't get that
Ah,
much rain.
right, right.
And
for the winter.
yeah, I just saw how beautiful it still was. When we went to the farmland, I was like, wow, this is green, and
Mhm.
it really surprised me,
Okay.
because when you really look at the map of Africa, of West Africa, you see all the greenery, and
Yeah,
then some of the other countries, you see the brown on there.
desert.
But you expect that when you during the dry season that a lot of that will be brown, but it's not. It's
It's
still
this
it's
green.
still it's still green,
Yeah.
and I just like the scenery, you know,
Beautiful
of
scenery.
everything. It was just great, you
Yeah.
know.
Nice, nice, nice. And your farmland, I actually like that location. I mean, can you talk to us a little bit about your farm? Were you shocked how it was just not the greenery, but just the land itself? And
Well, I think that when we first went there, we went up in there,
okay.
not far up in there, but we we went
About
up in
20
there.
feet or
We went
something.
about 20 some feet up in there, and then
Ah,
Landry was telling us that it goes further and further up, and I
further.
was like, well, this is thick, so we're we're gonna turn around right now. I almost tripped
Exactly.
and fell a couple of times. We saw some banana plants
Oh
there.
wow.
Banana trees, yeah,
What was that?
baby banana tree, aloe vera.
Ah,
I saw some of the
wow.
house plants that's behind me now, and the
Wow.
ferns was just humongous. And so I was looking, to the right and left of me. I'm like, oh, that's such a, I was able to identify a lot of the plants and stuff. And Landry was like, yeah. I was like, well, that's a house plant at home.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Right,
So
right,
that was
right, right,
really
right.
exciting too.
mhm,
Yeah, I say I'm looking forward to, when we start, what would you say, landscaping and stuff. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that we'll be able to save a lot of the vegetation and stuff that's there as well,
mhm.
and the trees and
Absolutely.
different things like that. Now, what surprised me was, the hotel we were staying at, a lot of the diplomats was there, right, for the
Ah, okay.
conferences and stuff. And so Rod and I, we were just floating around, freely, on the rooftop, and what have you and stuff. And I was kind of surprised that it wasn't more security and stuff, by
Okay.
being diplomats,
Right, 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 right.
Yeah, yeah. And that we were still able to kind of just, flow, through the hotel and stuff the way that we were. So
That
that
makes
that
sense.
that told me that, and then the people, like even the hotel staff and some of the people outdoors, like when we were in the lobby area, it was like they were so excited, as they saw the people coming in and stuff. Like they was like really love their politicians and stuff. And so I was like,
Yes, they
oh,
do. They
okay,
really do.
yeah. So I really, picked up on that as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Very
So
nice
yeah.
observation. Yeah, they
You know
they
how we
really
feel
do.
about our politicians here.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, so
definitely know.
that was pretty exciting, and they were even nice and spoke, and stuff as well. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. Tell us about the beaches. We talk about Liberia has like so many like areas to go to the beach and all that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tell us.
Well, we went to the beach at the park. That was
Okay.
really, really nice.
Okay.
I don't know if it's called the PH Park
Yeah.
or
PHP. PHP.
Yeah, we did some filming over there too. I know we were gonna do the lagoon,
A la Lagoon.
but we didn't. We ended up not doing that. We ended up staying in the hotel that they had stayed. Yeah, yeah. And then we went to visit. What was that park where they had the Mayflower stuff? Um,
That was that
Uh,
historical site where the African American slaves had landed, first
yes,
landed
yes,
on
yes, 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 yes,
in
yes,
Liberia. So that was
yes,
nice.
yes,
But we
yes.
also went to this place where they did all the fishing at.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
Grand
we went
Bassa?
to Grand
Yeah,
Bassa.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that was really nice as well. We walked the beach, area
Hmm.
Ah,
in Grand Bassa, and again, the people were really nice. We got a few kind of like look like, and then one of the girls, no, that was when we were out shopping. She kind of walked up and looked and smiled and yeah. And I was like, hi, beautiful. Yeah,
oh,
so
that's nice.
just very friendly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
We
People
went
always
to
say, yeah, go ahead, Roderick.
we went to one of the markets, where she
Mhm.
bought some dresses and some of the grandbabies some dresses, and that was pretty nice too. You know.
Yes, yes. Jackie, you got some clothing outfits.
Yes, yes, I did. I did. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Found some cute little outfits and stuff and brought them back. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I always come across some Americans who say, "Oh, they're not nice in Africa," and so I'm so glad that you guys had like a very different experience. I know
yeah,
Liberians are very welcoming. I always say
yeah,
that's not because I'm a Liberian, but because I just feel like we're just welcoming.
yeah,
Hospitality is something that we really value, and so for
yeah.
Hmm.
those who are like curious about going to Liberia, don't be afraid. We love everyone. Don't worry,
Mm, mm,
we're going to invite you. You're going to be comfortable. Don't worry. Just
mm.
give it a chance. Go to Liberia. Anything to add regarding this? People who are very curious, like, hey, I want to go to Liberia, but I'm very afraid how they're going to treat me. Like, do you have anything to add to that?
I would say don't be afraid. Just go and have your experience. And it's okay to listen to other people. But until you experience it for yourself, you know, because what others say may be totally different experience for you.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
I, like Rob was saying, we were there for what, 2.5 weeks almost. We had established somewhat of a relationship with the hotel staff, and it was kind of
Hmm.
like they were looking out for us,
Okay.
when we left out, when we came back, they were welcoming. And one of the young ladies, Sherry, she was at the front desk. Oh, she was really looking out for me. She was
Aw.
getting making sure he was straight. We became really good friends. I didn't get to see her before I left, but the day before, yeah. So yeah,
But
That's nice.
even when you're crossing the street, they try to make sure, because we're not used to that.
Right, right.
They make sure that you are crossing the street safely. They
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
watch you.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That's
we
nice.
Yeah.
actually had individuals that helped us across the street and stuff. Just kind of waited and was like, okay, now go,
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you. So yeah.
That's good. That's really good. It brings me so much joy to know these things.
Mhm.
So when you
Yeah.
got
My,
back,
my, my
go ahead.
thing is that sorry about that. My thing is that when when you go there,
Hmm.
you have to go there with an open mind
Right,
to have fun.
right.
You can't go there thinking that Liberia infrastructurally is like
The
America.
U.S. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. You got to go there thinking, hey, I'm going to go there to have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. And guess what? I'm going to think about what I can do to build Liberia,
Right,
because
right.
there is enough that could be done that
Hmm.
could really build Liberia there.
Yeah. Yep.
I've seen I was brainstorming up like it wasn't nothing. You know, I
That's
came up
wonderful.
with 100 billion business
Hey,
ideas. You know how you come up with so much, how a kid goes into a candy store, he gets overwhelmed, so he don't get
yep.
nothing.
Hmm.
So he's like,
Yep.
oh, I can't help it. I get this, I get that. No, no, no.
Exactly.
And that's how it is. And in order to build Liberia, people have to come there to make up their minds that this is what we want to do, especially Liberians who left the country and want to come back. You got to say to yourself, and this is how I've been all the time, even in business. I say, if I'm going to do it, let's do it, and let's do it right. Because guess what? If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. And when somebody else is doing it, you're going to see that it's working. And then the first thing you're going to say is, I had that idea. I could have did that. And then your children are going to look at you and go, yeah, Dad, you should have did it.
Yeah, and then now you become regretful. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So many opportunities. I tell people all the time, it's like very open. So you go there and you're like, man, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And that's why, like, I do so much in that country. You guys know I have my little rental business and I have my construction, I have my farm. I have a lot because there's the need for it.
Right.
You know, the need is there. And so I'm glad you guys also saw that. Jackie, you have anything to add?
No, I was, no, I was just kind of thinking, like Rob was saying, as the longer we were there, the more ideals and stuff, came to mind. And one of the things that I would like to see happen is, and maybe start with the young people, pride in it. I'm not saying that people don't have pride in the country, but, like that pride in the country and also the African pride,
Right.
and, being proud of where you're from, who you are, and that, that kind of like that. Yeah. I know we talked about that a little bit, as we were riding in the car with Landrick and those guys, because I heard some, even when we were at the airport, I heard a couple of women talking negatively, and I was just kind of squinching like this, like,
I know.
Yeah. I was like, in order for things to change, you have to be the change,
Yep, absolutely.
So, just make the changes, Yeah, because it's not going to change unless you're a part of it. I always say this little motto, if you're not at the table, you're going to be meat at the table. So if you're not sitting there as these changes are occurring, other people are going to come in, and I did see a lot of like the hotels and different places like that. From what I could see, they weren't owned by people who look like us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's because these people are looking at opportunities and capitalizing on it instead of saying, this is negative, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to go there. They are capitalizing on the little that they can. And that's why you went to the Boulevard Hotel. I think you guys went out there to eat a few times. You saw it's owned by Filipinos are working there. Everyone.
And then Liberian and the people, and they were good. They did good service. But I'm like, you could be owning this rather than working here.
Absolutely.
For that little bit of change that you're making.
In every major state and city in America, we have what we call a strip. Where everybody goes, everybody has fun, and everybody, and the companies that are there make money.
Right.
And that is something that I think that Liberia should basically do. Have a nice long 4-5 mile strip where all the people who are coming to the country to vacation go, hang out, have fun. Because I do think tourism needs to get better.
Yes, I agree with you.
And that door is open right now. And it's just waiting for somebody to come in and do it. Because there are a lot of sites there that people can go see, but it's about who could take us there to go see it.
Yeah.
Who could narrate the site for us, so there's a lot of beautiful things to see there, but tourism has to get better. And I think once tourism get better, we could start bragging on it and say, hey, you got to go do this. Here's a company right here. They're going to pick you up. They're going to take you where, or they got this big air conditioned van bus They can take everybody to the tourist sites. You know,
So
it's
many
just
opportunities, just
yes.
endless. Because Liberia does have a lot of sights to see, right? And I always tell
Hmm.
people that Liberia is a beautiful country, but the story hasn't been written well and told. Because the thing is, if you can have like everything you just listed, like we have the beaches, we have museums, we have parks, we have all of these places, but
Mm,
we don't have a good story behind it. So why would
Hmm.
anybody want to go there, right? And so
right.
we have to create that story and also create have the capacity to enable more people to come in and see it. And so
Mm,
thanks to you guys, you're doing your part. With just being a part of the development, farm lands and trying to see if you can build by the beach or wherever you decide to build. You're doing your part and spreading the word as well. So thank you guys so much.
mhm. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It has been a pleasure having you guys here, and tell your friends you didn't see lions. I don't. Whenever I go to Africa, people always like, "Have you seen lion?" I'm like, "Dude, I haven't seen it. I'm not in South Africa all the time." you know.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I I don't know that anybody have said that to me, as far as like the lions and stuff goes. It was more so, the war and this and that, and yes, safety wise. But I just like, well, until you experience it, you know, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Thank you. It really has been a pleasure having you
yeah,
two here.
Thank you.
Take
thank
care.
you.
Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.
All right then.
Okay,
Bye
talk
bye.
with you later.
Thank